Welcome to a new episode of You Got a Package. Today we had a package from Korea. And when I say we got a package from Korea, we didn't have a small package from Korea. This is Def.model galore. Alright, so we got lots to talk about. First of all, this is all thanks, courtesy of Def.model in Korea. And thanks so much for giving me this opportunity to analyze all your new items. So we're gonna start with some hot topics like the Husky, for example. This is the new wheels for the latest Husky that we talked about in a previous You Got a Package ourselves from Panda. These are the new wheels for that model. Then we have the LA25. This is the SLEP, I'm sorry, life extension, whatever. So these are the current tires for the LA25. We're gonna look at those, and to stay on the same subject, these are the previous ones, the ones that the USMC LAV25 went through Iraq with in 2003. So they're a little narrower, and they're not as bulky as those ones. We're gonna look at this set on the LAV25 because it happens that I do have one all built. Of course, this beautiful RG31 NK5. The wheels for that one are absolutely gorgeous, and I know they went through a few trials and error before getting the right one, and this is the right stuff. So we're gonna look at this too. Next thing is another Panda model we talked about. This is the Def.model M Pro Dash wheels. So these are higher than the ones from either Bronco or Panda. They're you know, higher, they're taller, I mean. So it sets the Pro Dash on a higher basis than the normal Max Pro would be. So this is also excellent set. And then as a little extra, but I didn't have any model to put it on right now because I'm still waiting on the HEMTT from Trumpeter to come out. Once that one is out, I will put those one on it because the Italy model isn't up to scratch really. So I'm just waiting for that new model to come out, and then these beautiful tracks for the M1A1, M1A2, and then of course for the Panther, the Korean Panther. So alright, so let's start with the LAV25. So let's look at this. These are beautiful wheels that are going to adapt easily, and I mean easily, to the Trumpeter model here. There we go. Just gonna put two as an example. There we go. This is, so you have a forward and a back wheel. The forward has a little wider axle here, and this one is a little narrower. So these are beautiful wheels, and they adapt in the blink of an eye. I made another LAV25, but this is totally honest. When Def.model came out with these new wheels, I just had to make another model. So it's gonna be in the pages of some magazine at one point, I guess. So this adapts perfectly, and this is perfectly for a current situation, LAV-25. So it's gonna be perfect if you want to do something recently in Afghanistan or Djibouti for exercises with the French or whatever. These are all ideas that you can use these wheels with. And I'm just gonna put next to it the narrower wheels, because it's the same axles, etc. Stay there. There we go. So you can see the difference really. These ones still have a 1980s feel to it. This is really obviously more modern, and I have to say sexier too, because they're wider, they're tougher looking. This is still like a toy-like, but this is the sculpt is absolutely gorgeous. There's nothing to do to them. You just remove the sprues that are on them, clean them in the blink of an eye, and you're done. The pleasure of actually painting those wheels is, you can't describe it. It's really nice. It's really fun to do and to do. So really highly recommended if you want to do the LAV-25. On with the Max Pro now, the Max Pro Dash from Panda. These wheels, as you can see, are huge. The vehicle is, I don't know how tall it is, but it's these wheels just add some major inches to the total height of the vehicle. They've done a great job at sculpting those again. You saw my if you saw my review of the Panda, I was convinced Def.model was gonna come out with some new wheels for it, and they did, and I just trashed the other ones, so I can't really compare to the new ones, but they're way better, because the other one was just rubber and plastic. This is just resin, and it's beautiful. As a comparison though, I have the other Def.model for the normal Bronco and what is it called? Is it Panda 2 or no, Kinetic? For the Max Pro for Kinetic. This is the height of that model, and this is the height of the new Max Pro Dash. So it's a big difference for you. So you can see, actually I have another Def.model. I'm not paid by Def.model at all, but I just love their models, and this is the conversion they have for the previous Kinetic model. So you can see the difference in size here. So this would be, this would be where the ground is, the ground clearance. Let's just put it parallel to this one. Yeah, right there. So you see there's a big difference between the two. And really, again, this is just buying those wheels will give you the necessity to go on and do that model itself, because it's just so beautiful. You can't miss that. On to the Husky, which is a bitch to build, I'll tell you that much. But it's very nice. This is the Panda model, and yeah, you can adapt these wheels. These wheels are actually made for the AFV club kit, but there's no problem adapting those to this one. Again, no problem. They're really nice, nicely sculpted, and they will fit this model perfectly. And it's a great addition. Again, this is just a great addition to the model. You know, you can buy photo etch, etc., but this is just the final touch that will make your model stand out, really. And now the RG31 Mark V. This is the one they suffered for. They redid it completely. I think they were all ready and set to launch, and then they just figured out that they had to re-dimension it. So they did, and so this is just out. I don't even know if it's out yet. And this is the wheel with the tarp on it. It's beautiful. It's very, very nice. And last but not least, the M1A2, M1A1, and K1A1, and K1A2, and K2, the Panther tracks. Let's look at those. So I'm gonna use that. Here we go. We're gonna unhook one. So you can see that it's how many parts is that just for one track? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just 6 parts for one track, one tread. That's just unbelievable. The amount of work that is going to be needed to finish one tank is just mind-boggling, but when you love, you don't count, right? Whoopsie. That one went south. There we go. There we go. Alright, so let's try to. Well, if you want to make one track, you have to make two, so I didn't have a choice. I had to snap off 2. Alright, practically blind without my loop, so. And there's the instruction here. So I'm using, by the way, the Meng Ciano, and tell you the truth, after using it for a few weeks now, I'm not so convinced. It's good. It's got a good adherence and it's good. It glues well, but I can't get over the black thing. Whenever you go overboard with it, you just see it. It's just, I'm not so sure it's a great thing. I'm guessing this is just a clip-on. There we go. Just clipped it on, so you can really keep it movable. You can also choose to put the rubber pads on or off. That's also a cool feature. Oopsie. Shit. Pardon my French. No, wrong way. No. Oh, that was easy. Jeez. You don't even have to glue it at all. It's so tight, and yet you can still move it. It's really nice. Oh yeah, that is actually easier than I thought it would be. Can rearrange the guide horn here. All right, yeah, it's actually nice. I thought. So here I left it without the rubber pad. Not that you can do it. I think I've seen a picture or two of M1s without missing a few pads, but I don't think it's like the rule. I think usually they do have it. They probably lost them, the ones I saw without it. So, but no, this is great. And it's got the nice, the real thickness of the tracks. Alright, that concludes it for this episode of You Got a Package. I want to thank again Hyun Jin Kim from Def Models for his kindness. And I want to thank you guys for watching this episode. Stay tuned for more episodes, either You Got a Package or live. Thanks for watching. As always, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Please consider supporting us on Patreon.